When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you're in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. So let's get to it. Recap last week's historic featherweight division bout, Skye Nicolson versus Raven Chapman. I had it figured that Chapman couldn't quite figure out how to evade Nicholson's jab. A lot of people didn't enjoy the performance. Yet I think that's what you get when you're dealing sometimes with pure boxers. Now, biggest question remains, um, how long will it take for us to officially get Nicholson versus Tiara Brown? We know Tiara Brown's bout with Deanna Vargas was canceled. So the next fight in the featherweight division, if it doesn't involve Amanda Serrano, it has to be Nicholson versus Tiara Brown. It's got to happen. Got to happen. I know Nina Mankey's out there with a belt, and let her do her victory lap. That's what we need to see. So, moving on to some other action that happened this weekend, Krystal Rosado, pretty good performance, a little bit slappy with those punches, but the ones that she landed precisely had lots of pop on them. Crowded bantamweight division though, so I'm wondering, because I still think she's a prospect. No, nowhere amongst the generation of ladies that I keep mentioning. Let's call them the triumvirate, if you will. Um, as far as Wan Yu, Sims, and Howling, it's like a law firm, right? The law firm of Wan Yu, Sims, and Howling. Woo, that's fire. But yeah, I don't think Rosado is in that bantamweight generation yet. And she dare not test those three ladies. Those three ladies are ascending into the title landscape. And Rosado's got some work to do, but being brought along fabulously by Amanda Serrano and Jordan Maldonado. So stay tuned into what she's got going on. Also, something that may figure into the super welterweight division, Priscilla Petrial out of France. She's 11 and 0 with I think she's got two stoppages. She won a silver WBC title. Now we know the full champion is Emma Kozin. Not one of the passport bros, as it will, having some issues with travel visa. Cecilia Brækhus is the interim champion, and so now this Petriel out of France has the silver belt. Maybe that's what we'll see next, right? Um, Makes sense because you have to keep Brækhus busy. She can't just sit around with an interim title doing nothing, right? She's not like it's David Benavidez or anything. Just joking, y'all. What else we got as far as the recap? Oh, yeah, no, I got that one all wrong. No, I didn't, because I'm a genius. Um, Linn Sandstrom. Linn Sandstrom, 115 pounds, the super flyweight division. She picked up a WBA International. That's why I was a little bit like, because it's, the internationals and the silvers. But in this instance, it is a WBA International and 115. I'm imploring somebody in that division to grab their cojones and do something, right? Um, and I'm mentioning this because it falls upon Clara Lescurat. Now, Lindstrom, she fights out of Australia, I believe. Um, I don't see how Lescurat hasn't been as active with that WBA title. She wants to be known as a puncher, 11 and 0. I get it. Argentina's got lots of depth, but it's starting to look like witness protection to me. I got to see you fight somebody. So even if it is what some might consider to be an obscure opponent at 115 and Linn Sandstrom, she's given justification with this WBA International. Although we do got Leanna Cruz with a WBA something that she just got, right? So I'm trying to help 115. I'm trying to help the super flyweight division, but these fighters or the champions in the division don't seem to be able or willing to help themselves. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Also, we'll wait and see how it turns out for Deanna Vargas, Venezuelan fighter, moving up a division to 140. She's challenging for a vacant WBO title against Florida Peely out of France. Now, when I looked at her resume, she's got a great win over Sylvia Beaufort of Italy. Um, and on the other side, Deanna Rodriguez, she does not hold any wins over any opponents with a winning record. And so this is going to be a interesting bout, although I'm kind of leaning towards the French fighter in Pili or Pillai. I wonder if I'm saying that right, but pretty sure that I got the right pick. We'll have to find out when that fight is October 26th. So stay tuned to see how that one turns out. Also happening next month in November, you got the return and kind of keeping the WBA. Are they keeping active because they want the sanction and fees, or I don't know, but um the former WBA champion Erica Cruz Hernandez will be facing Alejandra Rojas. Um, Basically, Cruz's first fight since she popped dirty for the Peds. So she's trying to build herself back into some sort of recognition. But I mean, that's all you can do. You pop dirty, you come back, you have to submit to testing moving forward. As long as she's doing that, I can't keep her away from the game, right? That's up to the sanctioning bodies, and that's up to how Cruz herself proceeds with that sort of reputation. All right. Now, moving on to the probables. Also, one last thing. We already know Yokasta Valle has been calling out Senicia Estrada endlessly. It doesn't make sense for Estrada to hold these belts hostage. So it stands to reason. I mentioned, is Valle moving up to 108? No, not moving up to 108. She sounds like she wants to stay at 105. She is the mandatory in every single sanctioning body. So, Estrada, go have a baby, vacate the belts, and let Valle rock, or get your ass back in the ring. Come on, man. Also, I got it on good authority from Ellie Scotney herself that what happened with the situation with Mea Motu is no strange occurrence. It's reality. Again, speaking to Scotney herself, it's on with Motu as soon as this injury heals up. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I think it's not only is it legitimately, people sometimes disregard the IBO champions, but Motu is a dangerous opponent, and Scotney seems to be willing to walk to and through the fire. So hats off to the champ, and can't wait to see that one go down. So let's talk about what's going down this weekend. Some significant yet inconspicuous action happening. Let's talk about Fran Hennessy. She's a bantamweight contender. I believe she's fighting on this boxer card. I don't even know the main event. I think it's Mickinson and Mbenge, Delani Mbenge, I think. But Fran Hennessy, bantamweight contender, 4-0 with 1 KO. She's in an 8-rounder against a pretty decent opponent, undefeated opponent. Out of Argentina, I believe. So that might bode well for her. Definitely being challenged, I believe, with this particular opponent. So I like it. What I also like, Shannon Courtney is returning, and I believe she's returning at her at the bantamweight division. She's a former, I believe, IBF champ, or she fought for the vacant IBF against Ebony Bridges. Either way, the babyface assassin is back in action. Last saw her in commentary. Now we'll see her in a 4-rounder, returning against pretty decent opponent out of France, 5-3. So yeah, and it's a southpaw out of I'm sorry, Brazilian. This is a Brazilian opponent, and what struck me is that Shorty's a southpaw. Just interesting for Courtney to come back against a southpaw. Hey, I like it. I like it. I like to see people get back on the wagon, back on the horse, if you will. Speaking of which, and this is why France was on my mind. Let me see if I can get her name right. Segline Lefebvre from France. Her lone losses to the aforementioned Ellie Scotney. But she is returning to action against Jessica Bosalta. This would be a great fight. Now, I didn't notice before, but Lefebvre has a win over Ticey Gallagher and also over Paulette Cuesta. Cuesta just challenged and lost to Nazarena Romero for the vacant WBA title. And Ticey Gallagher, I think she's one of the Commonwealth or European champions. So nice pedigree for Lefebvre. I'm sure she'd like some get back against Scotney or the winner of Scotney and Motu. So let's see if this is how she is positioning herself in that super bantamweight division. Now, excuse me, moving it up to the welterweight division. Um, this action is probably a bit more inconspicuous along with the Lefebvre-Bosalta match. Marine Beauchamp, Frenchies, a lot of Frenchies today, right? Um, 6-1-1, 3 KOs. I guess she's a former contender, but her losses to the European champion, D. Allen. So go figure. She does have that bit of experience. However, her opponent is also well heeled. Christy Babington, not only is she a fan favorite, she's been in there with some legends, and she's got a good win over April Hunter. But Hunter did Humper, don't humper. Hunter did get her get back. And Babington also has shared the ring, albeit in losses to top welterweights such as Sandy Ryan and Lauren Price. So this is a great match. It should be very competitive, and I'm going to find that one. I believe, is that one going to be on the boxer card as well? I don't know, but I'm going to find that one. Definitely got to tune into that one. All right. Um, not sure that there is much else happening in the world of boxing, but this is where you're going to find out, right? So I think we have enough for today. I'm going to go and relax. It's been a very, very tedious day, and I think we all appreciate when we get to that final bell, right? Take out our gum shield, right? Take those gloves off, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are. I'm going to go take a seat on my stool. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining me as always. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the engagement, and thank you for joining me on this journey through women's boxing. All right. Um, leave a comment, drop a like, yada yada, you know the rest. But we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you as always. I'm out of here.